Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me as part of our 2020 87th STA Annual Market Structure Virtual Conference is Eric Pollackov, Global Head of ETF Capital Markets at Invesco, to discuss new additions to the Invesco BulletShares ETF suite and operating in a virtual environment. Eric, it's great to see you. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Great to see you, Jill. Thanks.
And Eric, tell us about BulletShares and what makes the structure unique.
Yeah, so if you think about the fixed income ETF landscape, most of them follow an index where when a bond matures, the index rule methodology takes out that bond and purchases a similar bond that has a longer duration. So essentially, that's how regular index-based products work. With the BulletShares suite of ETFs, of which we cover municipal bonds, emerging market bonds, corporate bonds, and high-yield bonds, essentially, when that bond matures, we reinvest the cash into either treasuries or another, or just hold on to cash. And these have maturities, so meaning that you can dictate when you want to get the money back from the ETF at some point. So if you have a 2028 maturity in December of 2028, and that last trading day, the ETF basically dissolves at net asset value, and you get that cash back equivalent-wise. So it's a unique, perspective where you can actually help, do different things to your portfolio than just a regular sort of fixed income ETF.
What's the benefit to using BulletShare ETFs when building a fixed income portfolio?
Yeah, well, much like bond ladders are for certain reasons, right? So you want to dictate your income out of the course of time, whether it's a 4-year college cycle, for example, for your children, right? Well, their freshman year, you have $50,000 in a municipal bond. You can now do it in an ETF wrapper at a much lower price and an easier accessibility through your Fidelity or your Schwab or your retail account. And then, again, in the end of that year, you'll get that cash back, or the equivalent of whatever net asset value of that ETF is on that last trading day. And I think that's an important way to just stretch out your money over the course of time, as opposed to just leaving it, setting it, and forgetting it.
What are the 3 new ETFs you recently added to the BulletShare suite?
Yeah, so because they expire, we have to keep going out the time calendar. So we added BSMU, which is the 2030 Municipal Bond BulletShare. We added BSCU, which is the 2030 Corporate Bond BulletShare. And then finally, we added BSJS, which is the 2028 High Yield Corporate Bond BulletShare.
Now that the industry has learned what it's like to operate virtually, do you think once it's safe to go back to the office and trading desks, a virtual component will still be here? Do you think it'll be more like a hybrid environment?
I do, and I think what happened particularly in February, March, April, while we were going through this and everybody, and volatility was spiking to levels unseen, people were actually working from their homes to actually stream bids and offers and make the exchanges actually work quite effectively. So you guys should all get a little pat on your back, because they function quite well in a time where it was the most stressful events that we've ever seen in the last 100 years.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us, Eric, on Trade Talks.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.